handsome. She's awesome. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. And I've seen her like in concert like 4 or 5 times. She's awesome. So I love.
Oh
love
no,
Margaret
I love me some Margaret Cho.
Yes, she's awesome. She's one of us. You know, she's queer, so she's
right.
And I say queer because that's what she uses because she's
right.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So another person I wouldn't mind having on the show, even though I know this will never ever happen, it's Beyonce. I mean, I know in my mind I would love to think that she's like, oh, let me go do this interview on Gay XYZ. Beyonce don't interview for no fucking body, okay? But I would love for her to just come on here and because I would have a page of questions to ask her.
Yeah.
Like, girl, what's with that Lemonade album? Like, is this based on Jay-Z or is just like a concoction of shit you was going through or friends going through? Like, I would have a page of questions. Like, girl, why you always got that fan on when you're at concerts with your hair flying around? Like, I would just have like a ton of questions. Like, girl, can you change the leotard? We see you in leotard like every fucking show.
That's her
Can you change it up?
thing.
But it's like, girl, it's like
Change it up.
change it up. It's like that's just like with Janelle Monáe. I love me some Janelle Monáe. But it's like, Janelle, can you change up your hairstyle for us just a little bit, please? Like, every time we see you, you know, you wearing I forgot the name of the hairstyle, but, and it's cute on her. It works with her, but it's like, give us a change. There's another person that does that shit, Sofia Vergara. Like, girl, that's you wear that dress to every fucking award show. You have that same dress in every fucking color. Can we can you do something like today you wearing it red, tomorrow it may be black, tomorrow it may be silver. It's like she has that one dress in every fucking shade that they make. It's like, girl, give us something. But that's a totally different topic.
That is so true, though. It is so true. Well, the thing is, I think if you are one of the things you work for, if you're going to be famous or you're trying to create an image for yourself, right? And so when you get a known image, something about yourself that's known or your shtick, you know, whatever, people stick with it because it's what people expect, it's what people want to see, and therefore they stick with it. And I am not saying that they shouldn't occasionally change it up, but they stay with what works because it works for them. So I get it. I mean, you know,
I'm okay with it for 90% of the time, but it's like, you know, give us something different every once in a while. Like, you know, wear your hair down instead of up once, or you know, or put your hair. If Sofia Vergara likes to wear her hair down, put it up for like just change it a little bit. Like Janelle Monáe normally wears her hair up, wear it down for once. Sofia Vergara normally wears her hair down, wear it up for once. Right. It's like, you know, like change it up just a little bit, you know, but. Right. Hey, you know, I'm just, you know, some gay guy in Dallas.
Well, I don't know. I think that you know, well, there's some artists who, you know, Madonna's obviously a good example, who constantly are changing their image constantly, and I'm sure there are other artists like her as well, and that constantly changing, and they don't always look the same. But most artists, you know, singers and dancers or whatever performers, they kind of stay with the same thing because it works. So I mean, most of them are not like Madonna. So Beyonce is no Madonna, by the way.
Do what now?
Beyonce is no Madonna in terms of her image. I mean, she's like,
I know that.
She just stays with what works, and that's okay. And she's breaking in the dough and laughing her way all the way to the bank. So,
no, hey, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. I'm not the biggest Madonna fan, but hey, hey, she's doing what she's doing. Hey,
no, but you don't have to like Madonna to respect that she's an excellent, incredible marketer and all that stuff, and her image, and you know, provocateur. She's, I mean, not so much now as she was, you know, 10 years ago, but she's good at that for sure. Whether you like her music or not, that she's good at that. So
right. Well, you know, it is what it is. I mean, another person I would like to interview. I know this is going to be for my Ratchet, you know, for the Ratchet listeners. Chris Brown.
Why?
Just because I just have so many unanswered questions. Like that's another person that doesn't do any interviews. he doesn't do any interviews.
He used to do interviews, but I think after the beating thing, he stopped doing them a lot. So.
Well, I don't know. I would say Tamar Braxton, but as everyone knows, you know, yeah. You know what? You know, actually, I wouldn't mind interviewing Tamar. Now, I may not be nice and friendly. But, you know,
you cannot ask somebody to an interview and be all, bitch, you need to cut this shit out, blah, blah. You got to be at least gracious enough to say thank you for doing this interview. No,
I mean, I would do that.
Well, no, but you can't be just digging into them.
I would say, you know, thank you for coming, you know, thank you for, you know, coming on to the Gay XYZ show. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for taking your time out of your day. Now, bitch, why the fuck you block me? That's how I would start off. Like, it would just go like a complete just 180. Like, girl,
she wouldn't even
what did
remember.
I do?
She wouldn't even remember. She doesn't remember why she blocked you.
It probably wasn't even her. It's probably one of her social media people.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, so like I said, if you want to call in, feel free. We don't have anything to talk about.
There ain't nobody gonna call in. I mean, my show.
Well, you never know. You never know.
I used to get calls. I mean, I used to get calls all the time. You know what happened is I changed platforms from Blog Talk Radio to Spreaker to broadcast my shows. And Spreaker's a much better platform and much higher quality sound, and all that good stuff, and better tools. But Blog Talk Radio has a built-in phone thing, so anybody can call in. They can call in anytime with a free number they give you on that show. And so everybody's always calling into the shows on there all the time. And yet Spreaker does not have that built in. And so it's like very few people really call into shows on Spreaker. So I don't know. I just think maybe we should try going back to BTR. But I don't know. We'll see. But I think that people don't really listen to the show live. They listen to it mostly after
on their way to work,
right,
or on the way home from work, or at the gym, or
Right.
I mean, I get it. We're a podcast, so people aren't going to listen live as we do it. I get that, but
well, they do, just not this show most of the time.
Right. So, in other news,
so you were talking about something before we started the show about some guy you met or something you ran into.
Oh yeah. So there was a guy that I talked to that lived in Kansas. He still lives there, actually. And we met. This is back when I was my friend. Actually, here's the thing. So my friend was a truck driver back in the day, right? And I was riding with him while I had a 2-week vacation. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to ride with my friend who's a truck driver, which I did. And it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. I got to see the country from the roadside, yada, yada, yada. Was all over the country for 2 weeks, right? So then back in the day, when gay.com was on and popping, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was chatting with this guy online. We had chatted for, I don't know, probably it was a few weeks. This is before we even did the road trip. And he lived in Topeka, Kansas. He still lives there, actually. And we had met, and he was really sweet and really I really, really, really like this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, even after we met and everything, we continued to talk on the phone, and, Skype wasn't available then, and we didn't have, FaceTime and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
So you would mainly have to do real things like actually talk on the phone. So, I mean, you could text too, but, back then I just had a flip phone, and after about, 2 sentences, you'd be like, fuck it, just call me. So, and then we talked, and then we met again a few weeks later, but this time I had... and with my job, I was in Kansas City. And so I think from Kansas City to Topeka, Kansas, like an hour and 15-minute drive. So he came to Kansas City and, to visit me. And we went out to eat, yada, yada, yada. I was like, okay, I'm really liking this guy. He was 2 years older than me and everything.
Yeah.
So, and then all of a sudden, it's like we lost contact. I don't know if I changed my number or if he changed his number. Somehow, I don't remember. It's been over 10 years ago, so I don't remember exactly how we lost contact, but we did. Then all of a sudden, Monday morning, I get on Facebook, and out the blue, after 10 years of no contact, not knowing if he was dead or alive or where he was living, I get a Facebook request, and I look at it, and it said his name. And I was like, I literally gasped. I was like, he found me. First of all, I was shocked that he remembered my name after 10 years.
Yeah.
Like 10 years. I mean, for somebody you talked to on the phone several times and been on a few dates with, that's pretty significant if you can remember someone's first and last name of someone you went out with after 10 years.
Well, I do everybody, but I got a memory like an elephant, but maybe not everybody. Go ahead.
Well, I remember his first name, and I knew his last name. I always pronounce his last name wrong because he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I thought it was Cordero, but it's something else. But I was like, oh my God, there he is. And he looks exactly the same. I was like, like when I saw his picture, that song, There Goes My Baby by Usher.
Uh-huh.
That like went off in my head. I was like, oh my God,
So did you respond to him?
Huh?
Did you respond to him?
I did, and we text. I like
Good.
first of all, I sent this friend request like immediately without even thinking twice, and then I sent him a message on Facebook like immediately after I accepted this friend request, and I was like, "Here's my number. Text me. Blah 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 blah." Right? And oh, I thought that someone else texted me. I got excited. I thought that was him for a moment, and. So and then like within 20 minutes he sent me a text and I was like this is so amazing and everything. I was at work, okay? I had just got to work and I was like, this is gonna be so distracting because I'm not gonna do my work if he's texting me all day. But it was just amazing. Excuse me. It was absolutely amazing.
So what did you okay, so what does this guy look like? How old is he? What does he did he do when you knew him? And tell me about his personality.
Okay, so he's 35. He's 2 years older than I am.
Mm-hmm.
He's Puerto Rican. He lives in Topeka, Kansas.
Yeah.
He's about.
He's short.
No, he's actually tall. He's pretty tall. He's like 6'2".
Oh, that's good. Okay.
That I know because I'm like most Puerto Ricans are short.
Exactly.
That's not a racist comment. Let me be clear.
Most black men have big dicks, so that's just the truth.
Right, and he was tall. I was like, oh, a tall Puerto Rican, okay.
Yeah.
And then when I first met him, he had just graduated cosmetology school, and he was starting to do hair.
Yeah.
But now when I talk, to him, he's like, oh yeah, I'm still doing hair. I've been doing it for 10 years now, and yada yada yada, and
good.
You know, that type of thing. And he was like, well, he was like, Kansas is good. I'm making decent money, but I need to move somewhere bigger. And he was,
hint.
Hold on. I'm going to actually read the text. I'm not going to read all of it.
Read it.
I'm going to read something. So, hold on. Let me find it. Somebody cue up the Jeopardy music while I find it. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, so here we go. Okay. So I'm just going to read certain ones. I'm not going to read all of it because we text a lot Monday morning. So when he sent me a text, I said, oh my fucking God, I'm so geeked right now. That's exactly what I said. He said, I can't believe this. I said, this is a wonderful start to my Monday with like 4 smiley faces, which it was. Mm-hmm. And he said, I never thought I'd see you or connect with you ever again. You were always on my mind, and I'm thankful for Facebook. How have you been? I was like, aww. It was like the thing, you know how like you meet a crush.
Touched your heart.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, they say something, you're just like, oh, he's so dreamy. Not like, you know, like kind of like that. Not saying the word dreamy because that's so 2003, but you know. So then I said, it's been good. I said, I'm still living in Dallas. No, I said, I've been living in Dallas for the past 5 years. I said, are you still in Topeka? He says, yes. He says, I love Dallas. It's so crazy to hear from you. So then we text a little bit more. He said, it's been 10 years, LOL, because I just started doing hair. I've been licensed for 10 years now. I was in love with you.
What?
Yeah. So then he said, and he was like, you were my first love. And I was like, oh, really?
That's sweet.
I was like, oh my God, like I could get my car and drive to Topeka, Kansas right now.
So did you feel that way about him?
I did.
Okay. So
I really, really liked him. I was like, because we had been on several dates. I mean, between, you know, flying back and forth and that type of thing, I was like, I really like him.
This has all the workings of a gay romance.
Right. This is, yeah. So I was kind of at one point I was like, I don't want to tell people that we met on gay.com, but
why?
That'll be a gay.com success story.
I met, before my current husband, I met the person I was with for 4 years, whatever, on gay.com. So it's true. What difference does it make where you meet anyway?
I know. I could see sometimes.
This is not 1993 where there was like a huge like.
Well, no. But back then, online dating wasn't as popular and as regular like it is now.
That's what I'm saying. There's not a stigma. There was a stigma about it then, but there's not now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying back then.
Oh, yeah. Then, yes.
I didn't want to tell people like, oh, I met some guy on gay.com. They'd be like, you mean, you know, because back then it was like, oh, you're meeting someone online.
And I never understood that, why there was a stigma. I was like, well, so? What fucking difference does it make? Whatever.
Right. So then he says, sorry, people, I'm getting over a cold, so if I'm coughing quite a bit, I apologize.
Just don't cough in my face.
I'll try not to. Give you my cooties. So then He says, "My heart is beating so fast, and I have butterflies in my stomach thinking about you."
Okay.
And
So
and then
what? When is he coming down?
I don't know. We're trying to plan something out.
You
He
need
said he
to.
loves Dallas. I actually got online at work. I got